hey, you, I know over 90% of you aren't subscribed. So what you guys need to do is subscribe, because when you do subscribe, and give me the 10K, I will drink the hot ones hot sauce, which I will not like because I do not like hot stuff. But you know what? It's fine. That's what's gonna happen, and that's what's gonna happen if you subscribe to me today. So do that, please, because I see that 90% of you are not subscribed. So what are you waiting for? What is up, DS3 TV? How is your day going? We're going to talk about the history of Belgium and why does it even exist to this day. Because if you've seen some things in like the news and stuff, it might say that it it's a lot of strife and stuff in the country with the language and stuff like that. But I'm gonna show you why they exist and why they're gonna keep existing, because they love it. So let's get right into the video. This is actually a video I've been wanting to do for a while. Just have to say that before we get into it. So hopefully everybody's cool with it and everybody likes it. Hopefully the people in Belgium love it. Belgium only became an independent country in 1830. Before that, it belonged to all major continental powers, and that would be including the Romans, Franks, Holy Roman Empire, and the Habsburg, Spain and Austria, the Revolutionary France, and the United Kingdom of the Netherlands. So let's go to the start of Belgium during the times that they weren't so independent. The territory of modern Belgium has been inhabited by human beings for at least 100,000 years. Eastern Belgium has one of the highest concentrations of Neanderthal sites in Europe. The world's very first Neanderthal remains were discovered in Ingus, a suburb of Liege, in 1829. Other sites were later found in Scotland, Spy-sur-l'Ornel, Treuse, La Noute, and Velder Veldwetzel Helsewater. I know I probably didn't say that right. I know I haven't probably said any of the names right. Please don't get mad at me for that. But yeah, definitely that's gonna be an issue with this video. Won't know how to pronounce, but hopefully you guys won't get too mad at that, right? They probably spoke a Pro-Celtic language around 500 BCE. The Latin culture spread from the Alps to most of Western Europe, bringing with them classical Celtic culture. Julius Caesar conquered the whole of Gaul in 57 BCE, and famously said that all the people of Gaul, the Belgians, were the bravest. However, the bravery of the Belgian tribes was to be fatal to most of them. Julius Caesar exterminated the Eborans to the last one, and most of the Minipans. This created too much free space for the Romans to fill, and soon new tribes were to arrive from the north and the east. Ever since this, the Romans would have to fight back the invaders from. And through some more history, the Merovingian dynasty ruled with diminishing power until, at Charles's death, to his sons, Pippin the Younger and Carloman, Pippin's son Charles, would extend the Frankish Empire to Saxony, Croatia, northern Italy, Catalonia, and become known as Charlemagne the Great in 800, when he was crowned emperor by the Pope in Rome, declaring himself the heir of the Roman Empire. With his capital in Aachen, 40 miles away from his native Liege, his empire was to last over 1,000 years, until Napoleon dissolved it in 1806, and it is better known under the name of the Holy Roman Empire. We'll get into that later. Modern Belgium and Luxembourg corresponded roughly to the Duchy of Lower Lorraine, one of the 11 stem duchies of the Kingdom of Germany. This duchy was further subdivided into the Duchy of Brabant. The Prince Bishopric of Liege and counties of Luxembourg, Namur, and Hainaut. The county of Flanders, modern provinces of East and West Flanders, was a part of the Kingdom of France between the 9th and 15th centuries. Then it was returned to imperial control with the Habsburgs. They raided most of Flanders in the 9th century and were finally defeated near Leuven in 891. Flemish feudal domains into walled cities. During these troubled times, they had laid foundation for the establishment of guilds and became Flanders' main source of wealth. Flemish cities like Bruges, Ghent, and Ypres developed into cloth manufacturing and trading centers, importing wool from England and exporting to all the known world, as far as Russia and North Africa. In 1302, Flemish guild members disguised as peasants defeated the French knights of King Philip IV in front of Kortrijk at the celebrated Battle of Golden Spurs. This gave rise to a first sentiment of Flemish nationalism, which persists to this day. Less subjugated 3 years later by Philip IV, and the rich cloth Flemish cities of Lille and Douai added the royal territory and remaining part of France to this very day. The Principality of Liege, including most of the present provinces of Liege, Namur, and Limburg, and some parts of Luxembourg, remained an independent state within the Holy German Empire until the French Revolution. 1,000 years earlier, and until Napoleon 300 years later, it included present-day Spain, Austria, Eastern France, the Benelux, Southern Italy, and some northern Italian city-states, Germany, and newly acquired American colonies from Mexico to Peru. Charles V was born in Ghent, in the Dutch-speaking part of Belgium, but was educated in France by his Burgundian entourage. He first ruled his empire from Brussels, then traveled extensively around his European possessions and settled in Spain, where he stayed even after retiring. Until his death, the empire was subsequently divided between Charles V's son, Philip II, who became King of Spain, and its American colonies, Southern Italy and the Netherlands, i.e. most of present-day Benelux, and who received the Holy Roman Empire, and the Austrian Empire. Belgium remained under Spanish rule until 1713, when it was ceded back to Austria following the War of Spanish Succession. The region was officially part of the Kingdom of Germany within the Holy Roman Empire until 1792, when it was annexed to France. The French completely reorganized the political division of the Low Countries into departments of similar sizes, which were forerunners of the modern provinces. I told you I would get back around to Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte. In 1815, after Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo, 17 kilometers of central Brussels, Belgium came briefly under Dutch rule in what was called the United Kingdom of Netherlands. 15 years later, the Catholic Belgians revolted against the Protestant-dominated Dutch administration and were granted independence as Leopold of Saxe-Coburg-Gotha was elected to become the first king of the Belgians. He was the uncle of the Queen Victoria of Great Britain. Belgium quickly became an industrial as well as colonial power. Well, not exactly the colonial part. King Leopold secured control over the Congo as a private possession in 1885. That happened because Belgium, since they were established as a country that is supposed to be a neutral border between the countries that they were connected to, in 1908, accused of exploitation and mass killings, which he did do under his rule, the king was compelled to secede Congo to the Belgian state. The situation in the Congo improved dramatically. Schools and hospitals were built, and the Belgian and Congo developed into a model paternalistic colony. Okay, so just a disclaimer for this next part, we're gonna get kind of dark. Please donate to the Patreon. I don't know if this is gonna get monetized as good because I'm gonna talk about World War II. In 1914, the neutrality of Belgium was ignored, and Germany invaded the country. The Western Front line that ran from the fields of Flanders through the north of France, the historical town of Ypres, was razed to the ground. In the Congo, occupied Germany East African colonies. After the war, Belgium accepted the administration of Rwanda and Burgundy. Belgium was occupied by Germany again in World War II, although the fighting was pretty much limited to the Battle of the Bulge, i.e. the German counteroffensive on the Americans in the winter. Going into the future now, despite its small size, Belgium has become one of the major world powers in the economy. In 1900, it had the highest GDP per capita in Europe. The country hosted 4 universal expositions before World War I, respectively in 1897, 1905, 1910, and 1913. Only the United States and France staged more expositions in the first true universal exposition, after World War II took place in Brussels in 1958. It is for this event that the Atonium, Brussels' most recognizable symbols, was built. Nowadays, Brussels is not only Belgium's capital, but also the capital of the European Union, as well as the headquarters of NATO and many other major multinational organizations, such as the EU. I want to say at the end of this video, now that we're at the end, it was so good to make this video. Thank you all for watching as soon as it did, because I have a lot of other stuff that I'm doing. I'm also making music now, along with the reaction videos that you've been seeing recently, so that'll be out soon. And I kind of have a full plate. There's going to be new videos coming out. New videos like this will come out 2 times a week. And please join my Patreon. It will help make videos. And so yeah, talk to you guys in the next video. And I don't have anything else to say about DS3 TV. Peace.